Hello friends. Today again we are going to continue with the pharmacognosy subject. I hope you are getting me in this online mode. That means whatever the explanation is going on, you are able to understand, and I hope you are going to cope up with whatever the online mode explanation is continued. Now today the second small topic under general pharmacognosy we will cover, and that is classification of crude drugs. We know now about the pharmacognosy subject. It is the study of crude drugs, and now this is another topic where there are different methods of classification of crude drugs. Now there are so many thousands of crude drugs which are obtained from natural sources. We know plant source, animal source, and mineral source, and they are used for various diseases. That means different ailments. Ailment is the another term for diseases. So many drugs, and when we have to study a detailed study, if it is to be carried out of a particular drug, so it is very important that they must be arranged in a particular scientific manner, systematic manner, because so many drugs are there, and therefore the different methods are available for their classification. Now, five methods are there in your syllabus in this topic, namely alphabetical method, taxonomical method, morphological method, pharmacological method, and chemical method. These are the names of five different methods of classification. Classification of what? Crude drugs. So crude drugs can be classified by these five different methods. Now in this topic, question is asked on any one method of classification with advantages and disadvantages. So accordingly, these five methods we are going to cover. First method is alphabetical method. Now, according to this method, crude drugs are classified alphabetically. You know the alphabeticals like A to Z. These are the alphabets. So, by alphabetical method, the drugs can be placed. Now, in our country as well as in different other countries also, there are official books, and in those official books the monographs are there of different drugs. Those official books are called pharmacopoeias. So these pharmacopoeias of different country, they provide us the detailed monograph of these crude drugs by alphabetical method. Now these important pharmacopoeias, namely I will let you know, in our country Indian pharmacopoeia is there. Then in UK British pharmacopoeia. In bracket I have given that uh, whatever the alphabetical classification is there, that is either in English or Latin name. Then British Pharmaceutical Codex is the another official book. Then United States of Pharmacopoeia, that also is in English. Then Pharmacopoeia Internationalis. Pharmacopoeia Internationalis. In this international pharmacopoeia, Latin terms are used. So this is about the alphabetical method. Now the advantage of this method is that this is adopted by almost all the official books of different countries. This is the only advantage, and the other advantage is that by alphabetical arrangement one can find out a particular drug very easily, like the drugs starting with A, for example Arjuna bark, Ashoka bark. This is just for your understanding. So they can be grouped in A. Then then the advantage, then disadvantages we will cover. The disadvantage of this method is that there is no any idea about the source of the drug. Now we know that the drugs are obtained from different sources, plant, animal and mineral. So we don't get idea about whether the drug is obtained from which source. The other is it does not indicate whether the drug is organized or unorganized. Now regarding unorganized drug and unorganized we will understand in next lecture. Then the second method is taxonomical method. Now this method is also called biological method. The other name for taxonomical method is biological method. Now this method is beneficial to categorize mainly the drugs which are obtained from plant source. Although the animal drugs also can be classified, but it is more useful for the plant drugs. It indicates phylum, order, family, genus and species of crude drugs. This classification method is same as the taxonomy that you have studied in 12th standard about the plants in botany. Now in table the illustration is there of this taxonomical method where the class, order, family and examples are given. Class is Angiospermy, order Rutils, then family Rutaceae, and examples of the drugs which come under family Rutaceae like orange peel, lemon peel. These drugs we were going to study later on. Then the subclass dicotyledons. You know about monocotyledons and dicotyledons. In this, the order is Roselles. Then Rosaceae will be the family, and the drugs which come under the family Rosaceae like rose oil, almond oil. Then in dicotyledons, the other families also are there, important one like Leguminosae family, Umbelliferae family, and some of the important examples of drugs which come under Leguminosae family like senna leaf, licorice, Umbelliferae family, Asafoetida, fennel. So these drugs, although these are the newer for you, but as we will continue with the topics and study of crude drugs, so you will get the idea about these drugs also. Some of them are available at home also. Then advantages of taxonomical method. The first advantage is that animal drugs are also classified. As I said, like fishes will be categorized in one class. Then arthropods, all arthropods will come under that particular section. And then mammals or birds. Then the other advantage is gives idea about whole plant. So when we talk about the phylum, order, genus, family, so we get the complete description of a particular plant. That is the another advantage. Then disadvantages are of this taxonomical method that we don't get idea about the chemical constituents and pharmacological action of the drug. Now these are some other aspects which come under the study of crude drugs. We will see these aspects in the next session. The other disadvantage is it fails to recognize whether drug is organized or unorganized, isn't it? So regarding the other aspects and organized and unorganized, these terms you will definitely get clear in the next lecture. Then minerals also are not included in this classification. That means minerals get excluded because only plant drugs and animal drugs can be classified by this method. The next method is morphological method. Now, according to this method, drugs are classified according to the parts of the plant like leaves, fruits, flowers, seeds, barks, dried latex, extracts, gums. Important parts of the plants. We know that whatever the plants are there, so there are different parts like seeds, fruits, roots, rhizomes, isn't it? Roots and rhizomes, they come under subterranean or underground parts, isn't it? So the drugs are classified according to the plant parts, important plant parts. Then here this is the illustration in the table like leaves. So all leaf drugs will come under one category. Then fruits, all fruits. Flowers, all examples of flowers. Seeds, all examples of seeds. So point in saying that why this morphological method is uh, having importance, because in practicals also this method has got importance. In practical, whatever the study of the drug is there, that is carried out very easily. Now leaves, say for example senna, Vasica, digitalis. So the drugs have got importance because of the leaves, because leaves contain main chemical constituent of the drug. Then fruits, coriander fruit, fennel fruit, gokru, isn't it? Then flowers, clove, pyrethrum, rose, these are examples of flowers. Seeds, nutmeg, nux vomica. Barks, cinnamon, cinchona. Woods, example is sandalwood. Entire plants means where the whole plants are important, like ephedra, belladonna, vinca. These are whole plant is medicinally important. Then subterranean parts like Rauwolfia, turmeric, rhubarb, where roots and rhizomes are important. Then some parts which are important but they are not the direct parts of the plant like gum, latex, juice, extract. So how they are obtained, that also we will study later on, and these are not the specific parts of the plant but they are obtained from the plant like acacia, papaya, aloe, catechu. Advantages of morphological method is that it is more convenient for practical purposes. As I said, in practical it makes very much easier to study the drug. Then other advantage is it is useful for identifying adulterants use. Now again we must know what is adulterant. Adulterant means a particular substance that is used to mix in the genuine drug. जैसे in very simple language I will tell you, मिलावट जिसको बोलते हैं, भेसड़, that is adulteration. We will study that in detail later on. Then disadvantages of this method are that there is no idea about chemical content and therapeutic use of the drug. So by this method also we don't get idea what is present in the drug and what is the use of the drug. And again in this method animal drugs and minerals are difficult to be classified. Next method is pharmacological method. Now the drugs that are classified in this pharmacological method, that is according to the pharmacological action, that means therapeutic use of the drug. Now the use of the drug is because of the active constituents that are present in the drug, isn't it? But what is the action of the drug, according to that the drugs will get classified. So that is called pharmacological method of classification. Now here one more thing is that the drugs which have similar action, they are also categorized together. Now in morphological method we have seen that the drugs are classified according to the parts of the plant. So irrespective of the plant part, irrespective of the biological behavior, isn't it, or even chemical nature. So after pharmacological we are going to study about chemical method. So irrespective of morphology, biological behavior and chemical nature, the drugs having similar action they are categorized together. In table there is illustration of pharmacological method, where in first column the drugs having pharmacological action carminative, they come under one class, like fennel, ginger, black pepper. Purgatives is the another action, pharmacological action, and senna, rhubarb are the examples. Cardiotonics, they come under digitalis, arjuna, these are the examples. Diuretics, example gokru, punarnava. Anti-tumor, for example vinca. Anti-diabetic, for example gymnema and pterocarpus. Then anti-hypertensive, for example Rauwolfia root. So point in saying, again I make it clear that the drugs having similar action, they are put together irrespective of morphology, whatever the plant part may be there. If the action is same, they will come under one class. That is the meaning of pharmacological method. And in second part of the subject study of crude drugs, we will study the drugs according to pharmacological method only, so that you will get the idea later on. Advantages of pharmacological method are that even if the contents are not known, still the drug can be classified on basis of therapeutic property. That means the therapeutic use, if carminatives are there, they will come under same class. So that is the meaning of first advantage. Then therapeutic use of drug easily recognized. So being carminatives are coming under one category, so we get the idea about the use of the drug easily. Disadvantages are Some drugs with two different actions on the body may be classified separately on both places. Now, here it happens in natural drugs. Almost all the drugs have got more than one pharmacological action, isn't it? So, if a drug is having, say, for example, two uses, so it will be placed in two different categories also, isn't it? So, as we will cover the various examples of drugs in study of drugs, you will get the idea that how the drug is having multiple uses. Here, one example I can share that, for example, Syncona. Now, Syncona is a bark. It is a organized drug. It is having anti-malarial use also, and it is bitter also. So it comes under bitter category also and anti-malarial. So this is how in two different sections one drug also can be placed. Other disadvantage of this classification is that pharmaceutical aids do not find any place in this class. Now, pharmaceutical aids, this is one category of drugs which have little or no therapeutic use, but they are important, or they play important role in manufacturing of crude drugs, or manufacturing of the preparations, rather we can say manufacturing of formulations. There they play very important role. So this pharmaceutical aids, in later on we are going to cover in later on complete topic we will cover, in which near about 14 drugs are there in your syllabus. So in total 84 drugs, 14 drugs are there which come under pharmaceutical aids. So that we will cover later on. Then the last method is chemical method. Now, crude drugs having similar type of chemical nature can be classified by this method. Or you can write down in, when the question is asked on chemical method, that in this method of classification, the drugs having same chemical constituents, same type of chemical nature are classified together. Now, one more thing you remember here, that the drugs have got use because of chemical constituent that is present, isn't it? And according to that chemical constituent, chemical method is useful as a method of classification. So in illustration again you will get better idea about the type of chemical and examples shown. Now, type of chemical like alkaloids. So drugs containing alkaloids will be grouped under one category, like Syncona, Vinca, Rauwolfia. Then glycosides in single class, Digitalis, Licorice, Senna, these are all glycoside containing drugs. Then tannin containing drugs, Catechu, Pterocarpus. Then volatile oils, all volatile oils are under one section, like clove, peppermint, sandalwood. Resins, so benzoin, myrrh, asafoetida. Then lipids, that is castor oil, olive oil. So these are fixed oil containing drugs, that is lipids. And then carbohydrate containing drugs like honey, starch, acacia. So this is illustration of chemical method. Now advantages of this chemical method are that it is useful for phytochemical studies. Now here again you have to understand what is the meaning of phytochemical. So in chemicals like alkalides, say for example Cinchona. So Cinchona is alkaloid containing drug, and four important alkaloids are present in cinchona like quinine, quinidine, cinchonin and cinchonidine. So this method is useful to go for phytochemical screening also, that means separation of all important alkaloids. Not only alkaloids, glycosides or tannins or any type of chemical that can be separated. A particular group, say for example alkalides, say for example in Vinca 20 alkalides are present. So all 20 alkalides can be separated. That is called phytochemical screening. Phytochemical means when a single alkaloid is separated. That is called phytochemical screening. So phytochemical study also is possible by this method. That is the advantage. Then disadvantages are that there is no idea about chemical nature of the drug, and there is difficult to classify drug containing two different types of chemicals. So again here, if two or more chemicals are present, when two different groups are present, so that drug, it will be very difficult to be classified. Now here you must understand that how a particular drug, depending upon the method of classification, how it is getting categorized. This is chemical method of classification. So according to the chemical nature, the drugs are classified. So here one thing you have to keep it in your mind, ki whatever five methods we have studied, in all five methods the criteria of classifying the drugs is different. So what is the criteria, that first you have to understand in a proper way, and then appropriate examples in this tabular form you are supposed to give. Any, the question can be asked on any method, but you have to give proper criteria, on which criteria the drugs are getting classified. You must be able to give the examples in tabular form, and also you must be able to give advantage and disadvantage also, because every method has got its own importance. Every method has got different advantages and disadvantages. So here we have finished the classification of crude drug. Five important methods we have studied, isn't it? In all five methods, the advantages and disadvantages are different depending upon the type of the method. So thank you for listening me patiently, and go through this slide. If you are not able to understand, so listen carefully twice and try to understand. Thank you.